I'm just going to concede. This is fucking frustrating. I'm going to take a break while my internet figures out what the fuck it's doing, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, so I'm back. Lost my cool. My internet was just really pissing me off. I've dropped stream 3 times already in the last 10 minutes. So I'm just going to see what I can do. Gonna cool off. Start a new game here. Pop up my deck list again. And play Dhampir, the Captain of Fungus. Excuse me. Back up there. Make a new marker. Alright. Alright. Pop into the gameplay here. Start the game. We'll see what happens with this game. I was in the lobby for 30 seconds and did not hit start. And my opponent started freaking out. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this game. I don't want to play with this guy. It's an unfortunate part of playing online is you see a lot of trolls pretty easily. Just annoying to play against. There we go. Got myself a new opponent. And I'm going to be going second. Let's see, my opponent doesn't have any Sanctum, so Imperial Trader is okay. This is not a good starting hand, so I'm just going to mulligan it. And that's an even worse starting hand. This is going great. Great day for survival testing. I don't need to survive against my opponents. I need to survive against my own anger at my card draw. So let's see. I just got to get cards out of my hand at this point. Let's go Logos, Fogify, and then I'll play Interdimensional Graft. Otherwise I'm going to be holding that card all game. Drawn to quite a bit of Dis. Alright. So I'm going to play Dis, play a Charette, play a Shaffles, and put a Flame Wreath on my Charette. Don't have enough to play my Troubadour just yet, and it's not a card I want to throw away because it's a massive Amber production for this deck. So I just need to try and get some Amber so I can play it. Alright, they kill my Shaffles. I am going to play Dis to reap with my Charette, play a Troubadour, and then I'll play Tendrils of Pain just to splash some damage. Draw some nice shadow stuff here. Depending on the Amber they produce, I might be able to get them down to 1 Amber and make the full use of this ghostly hand. I'm gonna play Untamed. So I apologize for the stream quality today. I'm just getting spammed with I'm dropping frames. What did my opponent do? Alright, so they shuffled my True Brew back in my deck, so that hurts. I'm going to be forced to play some shadows here. Just play a Bumsy because I have to, and play a Ghostly Hand. Yeah, so I'm dropping stream quality here. I ran some very quick internet connection speed tests, nothing on my end, so I don't know if it's my provider or if I just had a glitch, so hopefully it clears up. If it doesn't, please let me know, and I'll take another quick break and try and fix it. So I'm going to play Shadows again. Play a Silvertooth to Reap, and Reap with that one. Let's Nerve Blast that Crump, and then I'll capture capture 1 on my Silvertooth. So I'm at 8 Amber, opponent's at 3, but neither of us have a key yet. They're in Untamed again, so they play a World Tree and a Hunting Witch. Play a Regrowth. What are they grabbing? I don't think they had anything grabbed. They just played it. Yeah, they just played it for the bonus Amber. So I forged my first key. I have my board exhausted, so I'm gonna hop in the Logos here. Drop a Research Smoko, sorry. Then I'm gonna play an Experimental Therapy on that Research Smoko, just in case. And then let's start the fun with the Neutron Shark. Let's kill that World Tree, kill my Skeleton Key, kill that Hunting Witch, take out my Smoko, and everything stops. Alright. Could have been better, could have been worse. So totally unrelated to Keyforge, Game of Thrones starts on Sunday. So if anyone's excited about that, you should be. And if you're not, you should be. But related to Keyforge, there is a new article out by Fantasy Flight. Let me see if I can get to it. It's called Angels and Demons. It is a preview for House Dis and House Sanctum for the new Age of Ascension pack. So I might do something a little different midstream here and give a review for some of the sneak peek cards. Kind of some first thoughts. I'll play Dis. I will take my archives. Play a Snudge. Play a Charette and a Research Bauble, or Research Bauble, Dominator Bauble. Alright, so they finally kill my Magda. So they steal 2 Amber. Probably can get an okay Shadows turn next turn. Oh, not with that War Drummer. with that War Drummer at all. That resets all their health, and I can't kill anything with the Relentless Whispers now. Okay, now I can kill that Headhunter, actually. Because there's +1 power from the Banner of Battle, so he's power 6, so he needs 2 damage to die. So I will play Shadows. Let's just get a peek at their hand. We've got library access. They will most likely be playing that library access. So I'm going to play an Urchin now. And a Relentless Whispers to steal 1 and kill that creature. Dropped another frame. Yay! What's going on here? I'm just waiting for this library access turn to end. I hate walking through a library access turn because there's just too much to talk about. Too many things happen too quickly. Let's just say they played basically their whole deck, or sorry, their whole hand. I will also play Logos. Play a Library Babel. 2 Escatera, so I get 2 Amber, 1 from each. Bat Drone and a Doc Bookton. I think before I cycle into my next rotation of survival practice, I'll be doing that review of the first peek at some Dis and Sanctum cards from the new set. And hopefully that page says something about a more accurate release. I think the most chat that I've been hearing online is that the release is going to be end of May at the Birmingham United Kingdom Master Vault Tour. So we'll see if that's actually true. Let's just go with Logos to draw a card. Draw a Snudge. Reap. Bat Drone will fight. Something with 2 power. Let's just kill that other Bat Drone. Oh, each friendly creature, so I can't kill that Bat Drone. I still steal 1 though. Let's Reap. Draw another Disc. Let's go Lab Work to Archive. Let's archive that Nerve Blast. So they're on their second key. I have 5 Amber toward my second. They're 4 Amber toward their third. This has just not been a good day for me. And this type of shit happens. That's why I think it's getting a little dark in here. I definitely argue for best of 3s in Keyforge. Best of 1s feel bad because you can just get a bad matchup. You can draw poorly. You just see the type of deck that counters yours. There's a lot of things that you can see. Yep, and the Keyforge. Alright, so I'm just going to leave. I'm going to pop up. Let's do this. Alright, so hopefully that's large enough for people to see. So the first card that they're previewing is called, or that they're spoiling, is called Yerk. So I'm just going to go through the slideshow. I'm not going to scroll through the article. Choose and discard a card from your hand on play. Interesting. I actually think that's okay. At first thought I didn't want to like it, but then that can help you discard a card from out of house to help you cycle your hand a little better, so it has some potential there. Then there's Old Yerk. Choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. That could be even better. It could also hurt, so you're going to have to tactically play that when you want to. If you're forced to play it, or you're just playing it to play it, could have some bad repercussions. And then there's an Ancient Yerk. Choose and discard 3 cards from your hand. So it looks like there's just, this card is an evolution. I'm looking at the marker. It's a rare. Let's cycle through. So there's a common, uncommon, rare, and the Ancient's the rare. Okay. I was just seeing if those are special cards where you could only have 1 in your deck, but you could potentially have multiple of them. Then we're looking at Gub. While Gub is not on a flank, it gets +5 power and gains Taunt. It innately has 1 power. That could have a place. You pop some creatures on the flank. You play this first and use it to protect the Charette or something like that. Then we've got, not an Ember Imp, this is an Amber Imp. So it's power 2 elusive. After a creature reaps, stun it. That's awesome. Unfortunately, that also hurts you. So I wonder if this would be in the algorithm primarily in decks that have small creature bases. Then there's an Onyx Knight. Power 4, no armor, Demon Knight. On play, destroy each creature with odd power. So a minor board wipe could be devastating for houses like Shadows that have a lot of power 1 and power 3 creatures. Looks like now we're popping into some Sanctum cards. So then the inverse of the one we just saw, there's the Opal Knight, power 5. Interesting that they're not the same power. But on play, destroy each creature with even power. Then we've got the Grey Rider, power 2, deploy. So that's one of the new keywords. When you play a card with deploy, it does not have to enter the battle line on a flank. It can enter the battle line anywhere. It's got play, fight, reap. You may ready and fight with a neighboring creature. So that's really cool with the deploy. You can slide it into a spot next to one of your big fighting guys or next to a creature you want to use. Then there's a Disambassador. Elusive, power 1. Fight and reap. You may play or use a discard this turn. And note about this, so the Ambassador, I went through the article really quickly on break, or when I stepped away because I was getting pissed at my internet, that there is an Ambassador for every single house in the game right now, except for Sanctum, because this guy's in Sanctum. So he has a version, and it does look like it's a special. So I wonder if the Ambassador you get in your deck, if you get an Ambassador, matches one of the other 2 houses in your deck, because that would be cool to allow you to play a non-Sanctum card on a Sanctum turn, specific to a single house. Then there's Anahita the Traitor, power 2, no armor. On Reap, give control of a friendly artifact to your opponent. If you do, they must give you 2 amber. Interesting. So you give them probably your worst artifact and make them pay you 2 amber. So you're... the wording's a little weird, so I don't know if that's going to be relevant. You're essentially stealing the amber, but by wording, you're not actually stealing. They're paying you. So that might be interesting based on some passive triggers that they might be introducing. Tense Kiss is being reprinted. I won't cover that one. So is Poltergeist, Doom of the Martyr. Okay, Martyr's End. Destroy any number of friendly creatures. Gain 1 amber for each creature destroyed this way. So you're killing your own board for a massive amber burst. So that's pretty cool. Kind of that last ditch effort of I need this amber push right now to win. And it gives you a bonus amber on play. So those are some pretty cool cards. It'll be interesting to see how they play out. I'm going to try and start my survival gauntlet all over here. I'm going to try a deck that I haven't played on stream, I don't think. It's going to be Godsend the Excellent. I need to fix my stream deck here. So I just had to edit one of my buttons. I got this deck in a sealed event in a tournament in Wyoming. And I went 4-0. And it felt super strong, and then I played it a little more later, and it felt really weak. I'm trying to revisit it, because I think I just started trying to play it with too much of my blinders. Let's see. I'm gonna mulligan. And apparently Ferris Man is following me around trolling me, so good thing I never played against that guy, because yay. I'm going to start... I'm going to start just by playing Untamed here. I'm going to play Lost in the Woods to get rid of that Succubus. Just play Life Web for the Amber, and then get Marmook on the table, just to cycle my hand out. And you didn't watch any of that because I was too busy being trolled. Alright, so they played Dis with a Pit Demon. They've got a Dominator Bauble, a Charette, and a Flame Wreath on that Charette. I think I'm just going to play Logos, drop the Spectral Tunneler, play a Quixo, and call that a turn. I have some fun stuff I can do in Mars. I've got this Key Abduction. I don't think I ever was able to get that off during the tournament. But Ammonia Clouds is a nice board clear. Unfortunately, they have huge creatures, so I don't think this Ammonia Clouds is going to work at all, so I'm probably just going to discard it. I also have a Strange Gizmo in here. Yeah, there's not much I'm going to be able to do here. So I'm hopping, for clarification, I'm hopping out of some survival testing right now. Just trying to test these decks a little better, and then if they do well, I'm going to try and throw them in a survival rotation and give that a shot again. I'm going to play Ammonia Clouds because I just don't have any creatures on the board. Just play this Key Abduction for some Amber, and then play my 2 Mars creatures. So they play Dis, play Schuler, they capture my Amber again, they Reap, and Dominator Bauble use Troll to Reap and heal itself 3. The problem with this deck, my Untamed house doesn't have a lot of untamed creatures, so this Full Moon is pretty meh. I will, however, I'm going to play Logos just to play this lab work and get this Key Charge out of my hand. Just use that artifact, because why not? This feels pretty bad, actually. I also have irradiated amber to do some burst damage when my opponent's in forge range, which they are now. So I'm going to play Mars, play that irradiated amber. Do a bunch of damage to their board. Drop a Zizix the Mini. Remove this stun. And then I'm going to put a Red Planet Ray Gun on my Mind Warper and Reap with it to kill that Charette. So I'm up to 8 amber, my opponent has 2, but they did just forge a key. And they're playing Shadows, so they play a bait and switch to steal 3. So, man. Today is not a good day. I am not having good games right now. But whatever. You learn from your roughest games, I believe. I am going to, though, I'm going to stay in Mars because that's my best bet to get Amber. I'm going to play Phosphorus Stars to stun their entire board. I'm going to play Soft Landing to get this Ixox out readied and remove its stun this turn. And then I'm going to Reap and Reap and Reap, so I have 4. I'm going to kill... I'll kill this Nexus. He's going to be in the most trouble. So I'm on check at 8. They just forged their second key. Oh, this is painful. Playing a bunch of Brobnar stuff, Warsong. Okay, so they play to follow the leader to cheat out removing all those stuns, so that was a good counter to my stun across the board. I do have a Mimicry that I kind of want to save for a bait and switch if he gets ahead of me on production. I think I'm just going to stay with Mars. No, don't want my archives. Let's Reap and Reap. 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 And let's take out that Troll. So that puts me on check toward my second key. My opponent has 1 amber toward their third. If they claim Shadows, they at least have the Skeleton key to reduce me. They can also fight with this Crump to kill the character, to kill a creature and make me lose 1. They play the Sting. So they're probably going to let me forge, so I pay them, which will be a great time for me to play this Mimicry into a bait and switch. Yeah, because they've got 4 amber. They're going to be on 10 amber. I'm going to have 0. Okay, so they're buying themselves a little more time. And then they play Poison Wave, which actually wipes their board out, not mine. Kills my Mind Warper, and that's it. Excuse me. So I'm going to play Logos to lab work this Mimicry. I'm going to play Phase Shift to play the Stampede. So I'm check out my second key again. Alright, so they discard the Sting. They steal one, then they reap. I could, let's see what, no, they captured one. Let's see what my options are. If I bait and switch, I steal one. Then I have no other way to steal. They're playing around a bait and switch really well, unfortunately. I could key charge, but that only gets me on my second key. If I poison wave, that doesn't do anything. No, I think they got me. Alright, so I think just there's nothing I can do to finish this game out. So I'm just going to play Untamed, take my archives. I'm going to Mimicry to copy bait and switch just to steal one. Play a full moon. Play a hunting witch. Play a hunting witch. Play a key charge. And end my turn. It's a frustrating day. Very frustrating day. Let's leave game. I gotta go take care of my allergy nonsense. Give me just a second, and I'll be back to test another deck real quick. Alright, I am back. So the next deck I'm going to give a shot here is Axlaline, the Laboring Shop Villain. Board control, efficiency, Amber is 5.8. Amber control is average. I don't have any crazy cards. I have 2 Miasmas and a Relentless Whispers. I haven't played this deck in a while because I honestly don't remember how it plays. But let's give it a shot and see what happens. My opponent is going to be going first. So I'm going to... I'm going to keep this hand, actually. Shadows, play a Dodger, play a Silvertooth, Reap, and why not? I'm just gonna do it. Just for some bonus amber. Oh, that's right, this deck has a Taliga. Cool. So if I have that on the board, anytime my opponent plays a creature, I gain amber. So I'm hoping to catch them before they build too big of a board. Let's see. I'm just gonna play Untamed here. Play a Murmook. And play that Taliga. I'm gonna hold this regrowth just in case that Taliga gets killed. Opponent's thinking about what they're trying to do. Yep, so the Taliga got killed. I'm gonna play a Barabnar turn. What do I have in? I have a lot of cool stuff in here. I don't know if I want to play my Sound the Horns just yet. So I'm gonna play this Fire Spitter, Crump, and a Smash. I'm going to stun this Navi the Thief. I'm actually going to discard this Sound the Horns because I don't want to fly through my deck and miss some of my cool tricks. That's more of a card that I like to play if I'm not finding enough creatures to keep my board populated. And right now I'm drawing okay. Play Blinding Light to stun all my Barabnar creatures. Play a Bulwark. They're protecting that Magda the Rat pretty well. They are on check. So I'm going to play Shadows. I'm going to fight into that Magda. Nothing happens because she's elusive. And then I'm going to fight Dodger into her. Kill her and steal 2. And then I'm going to play a Navi the Thief. I'm going to save that Miasma, obviously, because my opponent can't forge yet. In terms of board clears, my opponent can have a Bouncing Death Quark, maybe a Neutron Shark, Spirit's Way. Shadows doesn't have any massive board clears. They do have Poison Wave though. Let's see. I'm ahead on board state right now, so I'm gonna play Untamed. Play a Hunting Witch. I'm going to play a Regrowth to grab that Taliga. Play a Taliga, and then play a Mushroom Man. And turn. They choose Sanctum. They're going to fight that Bulwark into my Hunting Witch, which keeps my Taliga safe, so they're not going to play anything. So I'm going to play... I have 2 Untamed, 3 Shadows... Brobnar. I'm going to play Brobnar. Let's just remove all these stuns. And then I'm going to play Smith because I have more creatures. So I gain 1 bonus amber and then 2 extra amber because I have more creatures. I am then going to play Relentless Assault. I'm going to use it on all 3 of my Brobnar creatures. So Fire Spitter will fight... fight Naughty the Thief. Then Smash, or Crump fought Naughty the Thief the second time, so my opponent loses an amber. And then Smash will fight that Bulwark. I'm going to play a War Drummer, and then I'm going to drop all these creatures back out. And this Smash will stun the Mother. So I'm on 9 amber, my opponent's on 3. Neither of us have a key right now. They bait and switch, so they get to 6, I'm at 6. Play a Dodger, so I gain 1 from Taliga. I do really like this deck. It has some weird intricacies, and it's not all powerful, but if it can get going, it gets going really quickly. It took me a couple turns to get set up, and now I can just abuse my board. And I do have 2 more Untamed creatures. So I do want to try and clear or keep their board clear, because he will probably just fight his Dodger into Taliga. Question is, yeah, I'm just going to play Brobnar, because I'm going to use this Fire Spitter to fight against that Mother. Use Crump to fight that Dodger. Reap and Reap. Put out a Headhunter. And then I'm going to barehanded to put that Skeleton Key back on my opponent's deck. So they beat me to their key. Or no, they get their first key. I'm halfway to my second key. And my opponent has 0 board. So we'll see if they have some out-of-hand damage to deal with my Taliga. Taliga is a crappy card to deal with. If you don't have any out-of-hand damage, you have to give me Amber to be able to deal with her. And when I have a board this wide, I can already force you to have to deal with her, and I can just reap. But they do have a Bouncing Deathquirk, so that takes care of my Taliga. I will probably just keep abusing my Brobnar here and just reap with all of them. I actually don't want to play my Earthshaker. That'll kill 3 of my creatures, or kill 2 of my creatures. I'm actually just going to discard them, and I'm going to play a Fire Spitter. Opponent plays Doorstep to Heaven, so they bring me out of Forge. And they drop some Sanctum creatures here. And they play a Cleansing Wave to gain 3. big question here. What do I want to play? Probably still just stick with my Brobnar. So I'm gonna reap. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep reaping. There's no point in me trying to control their board. I already have board control. And if I keep reaping, my opponent has to have another bait and switch or doorstep to heaven, other stuff to deal with it. They did archive some cards. They archived one. So too much to protect. Alright, so I forged my next key. I'm now going to play Shadows to play this Miasma, slow them down a little bit. Play my Bad Penny, steal one with Naughty. Reap with Silvertooth and Reap with Dodger. Then I draw into my second Miasma. Okay, so this deck is one that isn't very hard to play. I just had to remember what cards are in it. Taliga with Full Moon and 2 Hunting Witches is pretty cool. My Brobnar house helps me maintain board state pretty easily. Or not easily, but pretty well. So I've got some things to do that help me maintain board state here pretty easily. So they Wild Wormhole into a lab work, so then they archive a card. So I'll be playing Shadows here again, just because I have a Miasma, and I can lights out these 2 creatures back to his hand. Maybe not those, maybe these Logos cards. So I'm going to play Shadows, drop this Miasma again, Reap, ability to steal one, Reap. Play a lights out and bounce these 2 Logos cards. And I'm on checkmate. My opponent's able to stall me and delay me. I have a pretty cool Untamed turn. Opponent's just 2 Miasma. I got really lucky on drawing them back to back, but they are a great card. I don't necessarily need to steal a whole bunch of Amber. The cool thing about Miasma, it's kind of a soft counter to your opponent having bait and switch. But they do play Effervescent Principle, which I don't think is a bad play. They bring me out of Forge, they bring themselves, they are still in check. I am, however, going to play Untamed. Let's drop a Full Moon. Let's drop a Hunting Witch. Let's Reap with this Mushroom Man. Play a Grasping Vines to return that Skeleton Key to their hand. Gonna play a Dust Pixie to gain 4 Amber from that. And then a Cooperative Hunting to just snipe some creatures here. It's 3 to kill that Valen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Amber. Or 13 creatures. So I just used 3. This will be 7. So then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to play Sanctum. This deck does have the Sting as well. That's a super fun card to play. Don't know how well it works in this deck. Plays a Glorious Few. That's a great card. Because that gained them, I don't know how much. They kill my Hunting Witch. Alright, so chalk that up for a win for this deck. Let's pop that deck list up. That's worth revisiting. So 19 creatures, which is pretty heavy. Board controls, okay. The cooperative huntings really play off of that if I can keep a board. Problem with large creature-based decks is that anyone that has any type of mass board clear just dominates them. But I'm gonna try and do another survival ring here. So I'm going to start first with my strongest deck, Captain of Fungus. And then I'm going to put this Axeline, the Laboring Shopkeeper, into the rotation, the one that I just played. Probably going to play that as my second deck. Let's pop gameplay here. I do not like that as a starting hand, and that's 50,000 times worse. Jesus Christ. Okay. Probably going to be a Logos discard play. Opponent discards Gateway, so they didn't have a good start hand either. And I'm not even going to count that. What the hell was that? Got a bad starting hand, didn't want to play it out, I guess. So we won't count that match, even though in real life, if an opponent did that, that's a free win. Waiting for my opponent to say they're ready here. I'm going second. I actually don't mind this hand, so I'm going to keep it. Just going to switch up the music here for a bit. Alright, so I'm going to start with Shadows, play a Silvertooth, and play an Umbra. And just start with a Reap. So now if I want to use an artifact, I have to be able to pay an Amber to my opponent while that Tentacus is out. Right now it's not much of an issue. This deck doesn't use its artifacts too much. Dominator Bauble is definitely the one that's used the most. But we'll see what I end up drawing. This Tentacus may not even be an issue. Hey, play Brobnar, put 2 Amber from the pool on my Umbra, play a Troll, 2 Trolls. Let's go Dis, drop the Dominator Bauble, and I'm going to put this Wreath on Umbra just to do some more return damage on an opponent if he tries to fight it to get that Amber. Nerve Blast to do 2 damage to my Umbra. So they steal one, Ghostly Hand to steal the other, and gain 2. So that's a good Shadows turn. And a Carlo Phantom. So each time they play an artifact, they steal 1. I'm going to play Shadows. I'm going to Reap with the Silvertooth. I will fight because he has Skirmish. Into this Tentacus just to start doing some damage to him. Play an Umbra, or Urchin, sorry. Then play a Magda the Rat. So my opponent's at 0 Amber, I'm at 5. Nope, just dropped another stream frame. Man, internet is really annoying me here. I'm looking at like losing like a 15% stream rate. So hopefully the quality is still viewable. If not, I really apologize. Just working with what I've got here. Play Logos. Play Dr. Escatera. Play an Experimental Therapy on said Dr. Escatera. I'm going to play a Neutron Shark. Start trying to purge this board here. Get rid of that Tentacus. Get rid of this Urchin. Get rid of that Fire Spitter. Get rid of the Silvertooth. Get rid of that Troll. Get rid of my Dominator Bauble. And end it. Alright. So what did I lose? I lost a Hand of Dis, a Snudge, and a Library of Babel. So it's an okay. I would have rather not have lost those 2 discards. That Library of Babel is alright. My opponent does forge their first key. And they purged my Neutron Shark, so that's not going to be fun if I have to do any type of board clear later. Drop a Naughty the Thief. Nerve Blast to do 2 damage to my Dr. Escatera. Let's play a Shadows turn. Let's look at what there's in their hand. So Ghostly Hand, Snudge, Board Clear, Arise, and Tendrils. So they have the strongest display. Okay, so let's go ahead and play Lights Out. Let's bounce both of those Shadows creatures. Let's play a Nexus. And then remove that stun because I have that Experimental Therapy on him. And end my turn. So now they do have a good Shadows turn. Ugh, yawn. Because they have now 3 Shadows cards. Because I bounced 2 of them to their hand. So they could play Shadows, they could play Dis. see what my opponent's trying to do here. I claim Dis, so they've got an Arise, a Gateway, Tendrils of Pain, so they are going to Gateway. Then they have a Snudge and an Arise they can play, which would get them their Tentacus back if they take that. Otherwise, I would personally probably take Brobnar. Yep. I just need to get some Amber here, so I'm going to play Shadows, play Ghostly Hand, Relentless Whispers to do 2 damage, and my turn, so I'm on check. Interdimensional Graft is a good one to see. I'm probably going to archive that, unless my opponent gets far above 6 this turn. But they're probably just going to be rebuilding their board. Let's go with House Dis. Play that Shret to capture 3 and a Shaffles to make him lose that last one. So those characters are going to get killed pretty quickly just with their board. They have a lot of big bodies out there. We'll just see what happens. They play Dis. Interesting. So they're gonna... Oh, Tendrils of Pain. Forgot about that because I did forge a key last turn. Well, they were gonna get killed, but not in the way that I predicted. I called what was gonna happen, just not the way it was gonna happen. Alright, so I'm gonna play Logos. I will play a Dr. Escatera to get 1 Amber, because my opponent has 1 key. Doc Bookton, and a Bat Drone, and I will lab work to archive that Interdimensional Graft. So they choose Brobnar. We're probably just going to fight across the board. Yep. So they reap, and reap. Okay, so they just fought once. But they drop another Fire Spitter, yay! I can keep them off a key this turn, and then drop a nice Interdimensional Graft the next turn. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'm going to Shadows, not take my Archives, I'm going to Nerve Blast to kill that Gengar Chieftain, Nerve Blast to kill this Fire Spitter, and that's my turn. Let's see what other tracks I got here. Okay, so they're staying in Brobnar, fight, reap. Probably, yep. So I'm not going to get a huge Interdimensional Graft. curious what I can do here. I can steal one. I'm just going to go Logos because I do need to play this interdimensional graph now. I'm going to Reap first. Then I'll play a Research Smoko. Then a Phase Shift to play... I'm going to say they're going to have to play House Dis. So I'm going to Phase Shift this, Control the Weak. And then I'll play Interdimensional Craft. So I just got 1 amber from them. They forged a key. I'm now on 9 amber though. And they have to play House Dis. So they can use the Terror. They have that Tentacus from... They have 2 Tentacus, okay. And they play a Life Ward. I'm going to play Dis. They did forge that turn. So I'm going to play Trubru because I want Trubru to take some damage here. So it cost me 3 amber. Then I'm going to play Tendrils of Pain, so everything takes 4 damage. And then I'm going to play a Charette to the right. And a Schuler to the left. So I do have a Poltergeist, so if they don't use their Life Ward, I can use it against them, which will be a nice play. So they pick Shadows. Maybe some more... No, they don't have anything to steal. They had 1, so they took it. They have 2 Ghostly Hands in there. Yeah. Play Nali the Thief. Play a Carlo Phantom. So these are the Shadows cards I bounced earlier.
Do most of the talking. It looks something like this.
So if I can kill this Trubru, I can rock it into my next turn. So I'm going to play Dis. I will take my Archives because I want to Poltergeist that Life Ward. Then I'm going to play a Snudge. Then I'm going to Reap. I'm going to Hand of Dis my own Trubru to get that 5 amber from him. And I'm going to Tendrils of Pain to just do 1 damage to everything. Let's see what my opponent can do. I'm on checkmate with 9. They have had quite a bit of steal, so I'm not counting this as a win yet. They have some options they can get rid of. They can steal 1. Excuse me, with Nadi. They might have a bait and switch. No, but they do have a Miasma. Buying themselves 1 more turn. So they're on 6 amber. So I could play Shadows to stall them. I could also play Dis to stall them. so I can play Shaffles, so they'll lose 1. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play Dis, put out a Shaffles, and Reap, Reap, Reap with Snudge to bounce that Naughty. What I could have also done is I could have played the Shaffles over on this flank, sorry, on the left flank, used Snudge to bounce my Charette, and then played Charette back out to capture 3 and heal her. So that would have put them back 2 Amber if I'm doing the math right. That probably would have been the smarter play. Didn't stop to think about it. Snudge can create some pretty intricate plays by you bouncing your own creatures, Charette being one of them. Also Schuler, you can bounce to keep stealing Amber as long as your opponent's above 4 Amber. So I'm going to use Ganger to make Grenade Snip ready and fight into Charette. So I lose 2 Amber. I'm still at 9 Amber. That was a really close game. I like that one. Cool. Let's pop the deck list back up. So you can see the Captain of Fungus. Board control isn't that great. I have a lot of conditional cards in this deck, so a lot of ways to deal with various different situations that sometimes I have to play tactically. Let's see, that opponent in that channel is just camping out. I don't know why they even have a game open. Another one person just camping out. I'm going to give it a second before I try and hop in some more games here. So my creature base mainly revolves around my house disc creatures. My action base is my shadows actions. And then Logos kind of fills the gap with some card draw and some conditional cards. I'm just opening my own lobby. It kept popping me into this lobby with someone who was just camping out, not actually starting a game.
Still is too risky. Too uncontrolled. Saved his life.
Alright, we gotta take her.
You've lost the urge to experiment, to explore.
If they choose a deck.
We'll explore on people.
There we go. I'm going first. Nope, not a fan of that hand. I'm gonna mulligan. And this one's okay. Help me just get some creatures on the board here just by naming Dis. I am going first though, so I'm going to name Shadows, play Silvertooth and Reap. I play Dust Pixie, 2 Dust Pixies, awesome, not.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short.
So I'm going to play Logos just to get some bonus amber here. The reason I'm doing that is because I actually want them to reap with Dewfairy so Charette can capture and Schuler can steal to get some full use out of them. Because the Dust Pixie, or Dewfairy, sorry, I always mix them up. The Dewfairy gets 2 amber per reap per card. So they'll be at 4 amber just from those 2 cards. Must not have slept well last night. I'm super tired. Keep yawning all over the place here. Alright, so let's go ahead and play Dis. Play a Charette. Let's play a Control of the Weak. I'm gonna make them play... They only played 1 card out of Untamed. They have 2 on the board, but I don't want them to gain 4 amber again. So I'm going to make them play Logos. And I played these cards in the wrong turn. So, whatever. I'm just going to end my turn. I'm not going to try and have them undo it. I just got to live with the mistakes I make, see what I can do to remedy them. So they have to pick Logos. Hopefully they don't have anything too impactful, but they draw or play a Library Access. So... walked right into that one. Smart thing would have been probably to play Imperial Trader. I think I drew into that. I can't remember. I might have had that. Would have been to play a Shadow's turn first to play Imperial Trader to see what they had, and then chosen the next house. Stalls me out a turn, but let's see. Let's go ahead and play Shadows, because I can play this Magda the Rat, and then I can play, they have 1 amber remaining, play a Ghostly Hand to steal it, and gain an extra 2 amber, or 2 amber and steal 1. Then I'm going to peek at their hand here. So they've got... Ooh, really big Brobnar turn here. So I'm just going to get use out of what I can. I'm on 11 amber. They're going to get 3 back just by killing my Charette. See what the order they play it in, because it might impact how things happen. Oh, they concede. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm 2-1 right now. I don't know why they conceded, actually. They still had a chance to beat me. I did get really far ahead on that turn with the Amber, but we'll see. Let's keep popping that deck list up between matches. And I have given up on adding markers to my stream. Here's why. So I have to manually go into my chat on my stream and type in a marker every single time. The Stream Deck is supposed to have a hot button that allows me to add that just by pressing a button, but it's not working. It's not linking my Twitch account properly, and it's just becoming really cumbersome and annoying and distracting me from actually just streaming and playing. So if I can figure out a way to fix it, I'll get back to adding markers. For now, I apologize that I won't have markers at my games anymore for short time being. I'm going to mulligan. It's an okay starting hand, not the best, but not terrible. I do draw into a slightly better hand, so I'm going to play Shadows. Drop a Nexus here. And I'm going to close Steam because I keep getting toasters. Because Killer Bees playing on stream right now, so I keep getting toasters when he plays and quits games. It's covering up my chat window. We're going to pop gameplay out here. So I started the game playing a Nexus. My opponent plays an a Hunting Witch, and then a Cooperative Hunting to do 1 damage to my Nexus here. And that's all they do. Alright. I do want to get rid of this Hunting Witch. But I think I'm just going to stay with Shadows. Yeah, I'm just going to drop a Skeleton Key and Reap Nexus. Play an Urchin. I don't get the steal effect from this Urchin. This deck doesn't rely on this Urchin very much, so I just want it out there as a body to help me with some amber production, should I need it. Let's see. Music keeps quitting on me. Let's do that playlist there. Alright, so they kill my Nexus. Let's see what I can do. Let's just go Dis. Let's pop a Tendrils of Pain just to do some damage. A Charette, Dominator Bauble, and a Shaffles. Play an EMP Blast so they kill both my artifacts. It's not very nice. They play an Ether Spider, so I'm going to have to deal with that. And a Zookeeper. Okay, so I have to go to Shadows, because I have to kill that Zookeeper. And that's all I can do. Anytime you see a Zookeeper hit the board, you must deal with it. Zookeeper, I have that Eurostar Ripper deck that just annihilates decks when I'm playing with it. If I can get my Zookeeper, because that deck also has 3 Squawkers, the Eurostar deck is in my rotation for this survival practice. So you might see it. Well, you will see it, because I'm going to be playing until each deck is eliminated once. And Zookeeper can just tear a board apart, especially if you have dominance on board presence with creatures. Because you just pick apart or you just archive their strongest creatures and hope they don't have a way to deal direct damage to your Zookeeper. Return Regrowth. They're going to grab Regrowth to grab the Zookeeper. Yep. So they have a way to keep that Zookeeper on the board pretty standardly. I do not like that. So I'm going to play Logos. That's all I can do. Play Bat Drone. Play Phase Shift. Lab Work to archive the interdimensional graft. I'm just going to play Poltergeist because I can. If I was looking at their deck list, I would know if I needed to save that or not. I have not looked. So I'm just going to play just to gain bonus amber here. I play John Smith, Zookeeper, Ether Spider Reaps. Okay. So I'm going to play Dis. No, not take my archives. Remove that stun. I'm going to play a Yeah, play a Schuler. Play a Snudge. Play a Charette. And I'm gonna Hand of Dis that. I need a Hand of Dis that John Smith. The reason I chose John Smith instead of the Ether Spider is because that John Smith would allow them to use the Zookeeper twice. So they would reap with the Zookeeper, put one of my creatures in their archive, reap with John Smith, which would ready the Zookeeper, and then they could archive another one. This way, unless they have a Squawker, they only get one activation out of it. And the smart thing for them to do would be to Zookeeper and grab my Snudge. We'll see if they do that. If they grab my Snudge, or if they don't, I can Snudge and keep bouncing this Zookeeper. And I can find a way to keep the Zookeeper off the board that way. They're actually going House Logos, so we'll see what they do. The Positron Bolt my Bat Drone to splash some damage to my Schuler and my Snudge. They drop 2 library access. They remote access archives to archive their top card. Interesting. So I will stay with Dis. I'm gonna Reap. Bounce that Zookeeper. I'm going to Reap with Schuler and then fight. Or I can't fight because they played Fogify, right? Yeah. So then I'll Reap with my Charette. So I'm putting a ton of damage on this Ether Spider, or sorry, a ton of Amber on this Ether Spider. I'm holding on to a Neutron Shark, so I'm not worried about being able to kill this Ether Spider. I actually don't mind continuing to put Amber on this Ether Spider because I'm hoping to just be able to dump a whole bunch of Amber on it and kill it, and then have too much Amber for my opponent to be able to deal with. Okay, so they've got some house cheat or some action cheating here with the Brainstem Antenna on their Zookeeper. So they're probably gonna grab my Snudge. No, they grab my Charette. Okay. Ooh, that's nasty. If they keep playing Mars creatures, they just keep readying their Zookeeper. I've not seen a deck with that combo before. That's mean. That's really mean. Let's go Logos. I will take my archives because I'm going to play an interdimensional graft here. Library. Dr. Escatera. I'm going to Fogify. And then I got a Neutron Shark. I think I want to kill this Ether Spider first. I have to kill 2 of these creatures. So I want to kill this Zookeeper first. So then I'm going to kill my Schuler. Then I need to kill the Witch of the Eye. Kill my Babel. Then I'll kill the Ether Spider and kill my... There we go. That ended up working out. Went from 0 Amber to 15 because my opponent paid 6, paid me the remainder, which I think was 4, and then I got a bunch of Amber off of that Ether Spider. And reason I was targeting those other creatures over that Ether Spider, so this Zookeeper with that Brainstem Antenna had potential to get really quickly out of control, especially I don't know how many Mars creatures are in this deck. This is also a combo that I know to look out for now. The funny thing is the art on that card is Zookeeper. It's funny. Okay. And then I needed to get rid of that Witch of the Eye so they couldn't just grab the Zookeeper out of their discard again. So there are a few things I had to do there to be able to keep my board state. They're dropping a library access turn again. They fate shift, so they're going to get 2 cards off this single action. I wish I had a stronger library access. Oh, library access Nepenthe Seed deck. Super fun. Had I known that was a Nepenthe Seed library access deck, I would have saved the Neutron Shark to deal with it. I also have a Poltergeist in this deck that I have also used. So had I seen the deck list before we started playing, I would be playing this deck very differently. But instead, I am going to be playing Shadows. Just take a look at their hand. I wonder if they have a key charge. Not in their hand, at least, but they have some soft landings. Lots of actions, though. Okay. So I'm going to Lights Out to bounce this Ulig and this Quixo. I'm going to play an Umbra. Then going to play Ghostly Hand. Keep this Magda because there's nothing to steal, and if she gets killed, they would steal 2 from me. If I were them, I would probably play Logos. Draw 2 cards first with both Library of Babbles, and then see if I need to Nepenthe Seed to grab my library access back. But they did play a large amount of their Logos cards already. So they're probably trying to sit on an Untamed turn here. So they've played 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So they have 5 more Untamed cards. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So they have all 5 of their remaining Untamed cards in their hand. So this will probably be an Untamed turn, or they're trying to set up for a larger turn through Logos. They grab the Ether Spider, soft landing the Ether Spider. So they're playing Mars. Oh, neck issues, desk jobs. Let's see. So they play an Ulig Megamouth to be able to ready it. Okay. They fight. They can use another non-Mars creature. Mushroom Man fights. Zizix reaps. Ether Spider will come in ready. They'll reap with that. I do have the ability to steal 2 Amber here, so I'm going to just play Shadows. It's going to go on this Ether Spider, so that's alright. It sets them back. Play that to kill the Ulig Megamouth. I'm going to Nerve Blast to steal 1 more and do 2 damage to that Ether Spider. I'm still going to hold on to that Magda the Rat because she is a liability at this point because she could put me under Forge range, and he does have the creatures to kill her. I'm at checkmate too, so that's something that they have to worry about. I realize what time it's already 11:30. What? So we've got about a half hour left in the stream. We'll see how these games are going. I might call it a short survival test for now. I know that this is going to be my strongest deck, so I know this is the deck that I want to start with in the survival tournament. I want to start off as strongly as possible. Then it's a matter of just figuring out which decks to play second and third. And I'm thinking of my Eurostar the Ripper deck, and then maybe my Morales Milchester's Farmer, just for some Amber Burst. I know that not a lot of high creature decks do well in larger Master Vault tournaments, but we'll see. I'm also tempted to play my Vault Keeper that hustles Tungsten, because it has some fun Coward's End loot the bodies tricks. Alright, so they're going to be playing Logos turn here, and they drew 2 cards. Apparently those 2 cards weren't able to help them win, so they left. Let's chalk that up to another win. Let's pop the deck list back up. Currently at 3-0 right now. I think I said I was 2-1 earlier. That was not my record. This current test I'm 3-0. I was 2-1 earlier before I quickly went then 2-3. So now I'm 3-1. I'm gonna search for a lobby here real quick and take a quick bathroom break. Alright, let's keep grinding away here. Okay, so I'm going to be going first. Let's pop the gameplay back up here. Let's going first. I'm okay with this hand actually, so I'm going to keep it. Because I want to play the Snudge to try and... Oh, crack my back here. Try and slow my opponent down for their deck building, or their board building. So I'm going to claim this, play a Snudge, and turn. they can deal with him, cool. If not, even better. So just flipping through my phone real quick here. Remembered I got some school stuff to take care of after the stream. Alright. Let's go. They got a John Smith and a Grabber Jammer. So if I claim this, if I claim Shadows, I'm going to claim Shadows. Because I can handle their creatures with my lights out here. And turn there. Play 3 Fates, kill my board out. Which will probably lead me to a Logos turn here just to get some creatures on the board. And then they discard a Soul Snatcher. That's always an interesting card to see. It's definitely one that takes some pretty intricate plays. But they're probably worried that I don't have a lot of strong creatures, so I might end up gaining more amber than they would. Let's see, let's play Logos. Get this artifact out, play a Phase Shift. I'm then going to play Control the Weak. Make them play Sanctum, because I know they do have Mars creatures in their hand. I'm going to discard this Experimental Therapy. So it seems like I hit them with a pretty good hand. They only had 2 Sanctum cards. They had a Terms of Redress and a Champion Tabris. So it does set me back a little bit, but not too much. I'm able to then let's play a Logos turn. Let's play my Escatera and draw a card. Okay. So it's either Dis or Shadows next turn. Play Mars, so here comes the Grabber Jammer and John Smith again. Probably a lot more Mars, actually. Soft Landing. Yep, Soft Landing and John Smith. Play that Grabber Jammer to let that Grabber Jammer reap. Just editing all my podcasts here, multitasking. There's no way I can play this True Brew this turn, but I also don't want them to forge just yet. So I'm gonna play Shadows. Actually, I'm gonna play this a little differently than usual. Just drop some creatures, try and get a bigger display. At least have my Neutron Shark, which is good. Flying through a whole bunch of stuff on my phone here while my opponent's taking their turn. Champion NFL and take hostages. This person likes to take their time, which I'm okay with. It's not going well for me though right now. They have a pretty good board pretty fast. I do want to do Logos, draw a card, and reap. Play another Dr. Escatera. Let's go ahead and play this Neutron Shark to take out that Champion Tabris. Take out my Skeleton Key, take out that Grabber Jammer, take out a Urchin, and that's where it'll stop. I'm on check to my first key. I got all that Capture Amber back, which is huge right now. With my opponent playing so slowly, this is going to be this is probably going to be my last game. The nice thing that the information I get from this is if I got a bad matchup and just didn't play optimally last time I played my Captain of Fungus deck during the last cycle of my survival trials this morning. But if my Captain of Fungus doesn't get a terrible matchup, it has a lot of ways to manipulate the game in my favor. Lots of steal, capture, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Some out-of-hand kills with Hand of Dis, Tendrils of Pain, etc. And, excuse me, what I can do with all of that is this information I'm getting now, this loop. I'm 3-0 right now. If I make it to 4-0, I'm guaranteed a spot on day 2 of the Master Vault. Because you need a record of 4-2 or better to make it to day 2. And then, so with that information, I can, if I make it to 4-0 with this deck, it's definitely a strong deck. I'm going to be getting random pairings. I don't know if people are bringing super competitive decks. I don't know if people are just bringing fun decks. So that's all information that I don't currently know. And it's just information that I need to try and extrapolate and just learn my decks the best I can. I am, however, going to keep with Logos. And reap, Doc Bookton to the left, Bat Drone to the right. End turn. And then I've got 5 of my 6 cards are House Dis. Reason I went Logos instead of hopping into House Dis is because when I play Dis, I want to be able to play my Troubadour and immediately Hand of Dis him. So I want him to be able to get onto the board and then die that same turn. So I need 3 Amber on that turn. And I was going to get, I think, a maximum of 2 that turn if I went straight into House Dis. So he just does some squawker tricks with his John Smith. Drops Ammonia Clouds, which kills my Bat Drone. Kills his Toxin and his John Smith. So I think I came out of that a little better than he did. I'm going to go into Dis. So I want to first play... Yeah, he didn't Forge, so I want to play a Tendrils of Pain. Everyone just takes 1 damage. That kills both my Dr. Escateros, but whatever. So then I will play a Troubadour, and then I'll play a Charette. The reason I'm doing that is because now my Troubadour is sandwiched. I'll play a Flame Wreathed on Charette, so that not having my Troubadour on a flank allows me to auto kill him, and puts me into check toward my second key. Ideally, I'd like my Troubadour to sit on the board for a while and get me some Reap Amber production or kill some creatures to help maintain board control. I needed to rip the Amber speed, the tempo of this game back, so that's why I chose to kill him right away. And I do have a decent House Dis hand again, so I drew back into 4 more. Actually, I'm not in check because my keys are +2, so I'm at 6 of 8, so I'm almost there. I'm gonna play Sanctum. Let's play a Grey Monk. Protect the weak to give champion Anaphiel double taunt, but an extra armor. And then Cleansing Wave to, gain some Amber Burst there. I think they miscalculated that. Because my Shred's got +2 now. What? I don't get how that happened. I'm trying to process and wrap my head around what just happened. Protectrix fought Charette. Oh, and then Champion NFL. Got it. Okay. Well, so they go to 11 Amber. That's fun. Let's go House Dis to play a Schuler, steal 1, Dominator Bauble, then a Charette. Let's Poltergeist my own Library of Babel and see what I draw. I draw a Nerve Blast. So I'm on check at 8. They're on halfway to their third key with 3. I do have some, I can steal 3 Amber just by my Shadows cards in hand. And I do have Sanctum in their deck, so Imperial Trader will hopefully also purge something. But we'll see what they're doing. They probably will just fight with Sanctum and get rid of that Shaffles. This guy's really taking time to think about his turns. Panza of Rondelan Windmill. It's against Dampier, the Captain of Fungus. So they're playing Dis. They hand a Dis to kill my Schuler. Then they fear to return my Shaffles to my hand. They arise to grab their John Smith and Grabber Jammer. Okay, and then they fight my Doc Bookton, so they clear my board, so I'm going to end up playing Shadows here. Nerve Blast, steal 1, do 2 damage. Nerve Blast, steal 1, do 2 damage. Relentless Whispers, kill this Protectrix. Let's go. Imperial Trader, look at their hand. I will purge a card, which will be High Elder Merchant. I'm going to play a Nexus. So they do have a Grabber Jammer. They don't have, let's say they have a Grabber Jammer and a John Smith. I don't know what their other 2 cards are. So my next key is going to cost 5. Or math. I have 5. My next key will cost 7. So they're going to play Mars. Soft landing the John Smith. Same trick as last time. I've got 2 soft landings, 2 squawkers. That's a pretty good combo with John Smith and Grabber Jammer. So let's go ahead and play Shadows. Let's play a Magda the Rat. Then play a Ghostly Hand and Reap with Nexus. Puts me at checkmate at 8. My keys cost 7. This is a really close game. This is the closest one of the 4 so far. Let's see if they have an answer to it. Judging by the deck, they probably do, because they can reap twice with that Grabber Jammer at minimum and capture 2. Yep. So it puts me below Forge range, unfortunately. But if I play Shadows, I have to be able to steal an Amber here, and I don't think I can. So if I play Dis, I drop this Shaffles, they'll lose 1, so I'll buy myself 1 turn. I'm going to Dominator Bauble Magda to Reap. Let's just do Tendrils of Pain, put me at 8. Oh man. So I have to get to at least 9 Amber to be able to beat this Grabber Jammer John Smith combo. I don't have a lot of out of hand damage, which is frustrating. I do have Lights Out, but I can't. If they keep abusing Mars, I don't think I can keep up with it, unfortunately. Not seeing this interdimensional graft really hurt. Yep. Man. So Charette will stall them again, but it's going to put me behind. Let's just try it. Dominator Bauble to Reap with Magda, Reap with Shaffles. Play a True Boot to the right. End my turn. They lose an Amber because of Shaffles. Yeah, if they keep abusing Mars, I cannot keep up with that. There's just so much capture right now in that Grabber Jammer John Smith combo. There's nothing I could do about it so early. Because I had used that Neutron Shark. Didn't really see the... Again, this is just the problems that I run into not seeing the deck list. 2 Soft Landings, 3 Squawkers, a John Smith. Like, they have all kinds of ways to increase my key cost through House Mars. And if I look at the deck list, I would have seen that. Because I didn't look at the deck list, I'm playing reactionary. And with this deck, I need a little more knowledge than that. So they're going to pull away with a win with this. I can't keep up with the pace, unfortunately. I can potentially do a fun trick with this Flame Wreath to kill this Grabber Jammer and my True Brew at the same time, but we'll see if I can end up doing that. Let's just go Dis, Dominator Bauble to use Magda to Reap, Charette to Reap, Shaffles to Reap. Let's put a Flame Wreath on this. Oh no, I can't actually even kill it. let's just put it on the Troubadour. Troubadour will fight this Dominator, and that's game. Alright, so I'm 3-1, so this deck gets retired. I think that's a good place for me to start, or stop. Got some errands to run. Hope everyone enjoyed watching the stream. I'm going to pop my banner out here in the stream as always, and catch me back on Wednesday. I also have my YouTube channel, The Crystal Hive. Still trying to get those chat triggers to work. I can't get the commands to pop up my YouTube channel just yet. Still figuring all this stuff out. But thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time on Wednesday.